are the matches and nations and things that make a World Cup special. You have one team that's in the World Cup for the first time in a generation with a generational talent against a nation that's here for the first time ever. As tonight, from New England, from the Boston Stadium just outside in Foxborough, it's World Cup action as Iraq hit the World Cup stage for the first time ever. They take on Norway. And we'll be right back in just a minute. Okay, we do apologize for the technical difficulties, but we are just about set to go. Norway in the World Cup for the first time since 1998, and yet with that still, they have one of the most recognizable players on the planet in the Manchester City striker, Erling Haaland. And you have Iraq, who's here for the first time in their history. Iraq in the white uniforms, Norway in the red. It's saved by the Norway goalkeeper. Norway in their fabulous kit, one of the better kits in this tournament. It's a red shirt, but the blue on it, and it's designed to where the uniform is basically the flag, whereas Iraq is in white. So out of play it goes. Iraq going from right to left. They're in the white. Now I said first World Cup ever. That is a mistake on my part. I was told that I did forget they did make the World Cup one other time. That was back in 1986. They bowed out in the group stages of that tournament. That's the only time they've ever been. They were with Mexico, Paraguay, and Belgium in that tournament. They scored just one goal and conceded 4. Their one goal came against Belgium. They lost all 3 of their matches in that tournament. Had not made it back since. Their highest ranking, 39th in the World Ranking, where they did win the Asia Cup back in 2007. But that's about as close as Iraq. They finished up their World Cup qualification in November with a 2-1 win against the United Arab Emirates. Iraq finished 3rd in Group B, and here come Norway. Haaland's on it. And it's a good save in the end by the Iraqi keeper. Again, running a little bit behind with our normal stuff just because of the stupidity that was happening behind the scenes. But anyway, Iraq finished 3rd in their qualification group in Group B in the 3rd round. That's where they entered. They finished 3rd on 15 points. Won 4, drew 3, and lost 3 on 15 points behind South Korea and Jordan, ahead of Oman, Palestine, and Kuwait. They did win their first qualification group by winning a group consisting of Indonesia, Vietnam, and the Philippines. Then in the final round, they were in Group B. They finished joint up with Saudi Arabia, but lost out on the automatic spot, and so they had to go to the playoffs. First, in the 5th round of the playoffs, they beat the United Arab Emirates, and then they beat Bolivia March 31st in the Intercontinental Playoff to earn their passage. Norway with a good ball being played here. Alexander Sorloth, one of the many great attacking options this Norwegian team has. If they can adjust to the weather, they could be your real dark horse because there's a lot of talent on this team. A lot of good attacking talent, too. To finish up with Iraq, they played 3 tune-up matches before the World Cup. They beat Andorra, drew with Spain, and then lost to Venezuela. Here is a throw-in. Our match referee is Pierre Acho from the nation of Gabon. Notable matches that he has officiated included the semifinal in the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations semifinal between Senegal and Egypt. Here's a free kick for Iraq. Oh, the guy unmarked here. Another header, and it's just over the bar. What a chance for Iraq, but it has gone begging. Meanwhile, Norway, they're in the World Cup for the 4th time, and they're in their first major tournament since Euro 2000. They failed to qualify for the next 12 until making this World Cup. Their best appearance in the World Cup twice into the round of 16 in 1938 and then in 1998. Of course, that 1938 round of 16 is a bit of a moot point because that's how many teams were in the World Cup. They played in the first round, and they lost 2-1 to Italy after extra time. Sorloth trying to get onto a ball on the right-hand side for the red-shirted Norwegians. And flag comes up very late. Norway, of course, failed to get out of their group in the 1994 World Cup. They beat Mexico, but then lost to Italy and drew with Ireland. And then 1998, drew with Morocco and Scotland, then a famous win over Brazil, sent them to the round of 16 where they lost to Italy in the 18th minute. Christian Vieri goal. My, how things have changed. Norway, of course, came from Group I in UEFA qualification, a group that included Italy, Israel, Estonia, and Moldova. And how they were great in that group, and they qualified automatically for the World Cup. They won all 8 of their matches. They scored 37 goals and conceded just 5, including 11 in a win against Nova. Here's Haaland on the right-hand side, and he's into the area. Haaland trying to turn provider. That would have been something. Shot is saved, though. So now Iraq trying to... So how to play that one goes. Iraq now going from right to left in the white as you listen along here. We try to regroup again. Akam Hashim with it. Iraq, again, many of their players play internationally, play in the Iraq League. They do have one player, Iraq, one MLS player, Ahmed Kassem, their number 11, who plays for Nashville SC of the MLS. And let's go ahead and real quick, because again we've been behind while they had this brief stoppage, give you the starting lineup for each team in this match. As Iraq trying to play it through. Iraq. Jalal Hassan, the captain, is in goal for Iraq. The back four consisting of Murchis Doski, Akram Hashim, Zaid Tassin, and Ali Hussein. Ali Jassim, Amir Al-Mari, Zaid Ismail, and Ibrahim Bayesh in the midfield. The 2 forwards are Ali Al-Hamadi and Ayman Hussein. Norway's 4-3-3 has Orjan Nyland in goal, David Muller-Wolf, Torbjorn Hagen, Christoph Agier, and Julian Ryerson in the back. In the midfield, you have Frederick Arsnes, Sander Berge, and Martin Udegaard. And up front, Antonio Nusa, Alexander Sorloff, and the aforementioned Erling Haaland. So now Norway on the left-hand side. They try to pass the ball around. Nearing 10 minutes gone in this encounter. Iraq and Norway. This is the group, of course, that includes France and Senegal. France winning 2-0 in the earlier match today at New York, New Jersey Stadium. Mbappe and Barcola with the goals. We look for the long ball to the left-hand side, and how to play it goes. We played 10 minutes, 0-0. Norway led by the 58-year-old Ståle Solbakken. Played for Lillestrøm, Wimbledon, Aalborg, and Copenhagen in his career. Managed some pretty interesting clubs. Copenhagen, Cologne, and Wolves. Was an unsuccessful Wolves spell. Then went to Copenhagen and then took over Norway back in December of 2020. 57% of matches he has won. On ball here, of course, his record. It's not a great managerial record, so perhaps he has won the Danish league on numerous occasions with Copenhagen. 8 times a winner of the Danish league, twice the manager of the year in the Danish Superliga, but trying to get it done. Cross in, and not much there. Good save. It'll be a goal kick for Iraq. Sorloth wins it. Iraq with the ball in. Here's another opportunity and a chance for Iraq. Just wide of the mark from Ali Al-Hamadi, who plays in the English third tier for Luton Town. And he nearly provided a Mad Hatter of a start. Here come Norway now on the attack. Good ball trying to find Haaland. He's defended very well. Sondre Langus back there had the ball briefly. So in the 13th minute here, or in the 14th minute, now. Here comes Norway with it. Christoph Agier with it now. Man from Brentford, Iraq is coached by the Australian 62-year-old Graham Arnold. Arnold, who has managed the Australian national team on 2 separate occasions, including at the 2022 World Cup in Qatar. Won the King's Cup with Iraq at 25. He set an interesting record, did Arnold. Under Arnold's leadership, Australia became the first nation in FIFA World Cup qualifying history to win 11 consecutive matches in a single qualification campaign, a stretch that went from September of 2018 to October of 2021. Iraq in possession of the ball here with Akam Hashim. Norway have the ball via the throw in here. Azier with it now. Norway fans join themselves, of course. Like many fans, Norway's fans have, They're enjoying their trip to America. Photos circulate today of him using the Viking Road to go up an escalator at the stadium today. So everybody embracing and enjoying their time in North America. Right now trying to string together some passes in the back here. We've played 16 minutes. Still 0-0 in this World Cup encounter between Iraq and Norway. Norway trying to get it in the position half, but it is defended well, and now a free kick. Pass back here. Sain Ali with it. Don't forget, tonight a World Cup doubleheader on the network. This is part one. Later tonight, Argentina begin their defense of the Cup in Kansas City against Algeria. Good chip here to find Langus. Now Ryerson has it. And Ryerson is dispossessed. And it's going to be out for a throw-in. Good piece of defending there by Merchis Doski. He'll take the throw-in. Doski, who plays in Czechia for Victoria Pilsen. Born in Germany, but decided to play for Iraq. Born to Iraqi Kurdish parents, invited to the Iraqi Olympic team camp in January of 22. Was one of 5 Iraqi-based players based rather later scheduled for that year's Dubai Cup, and then, well, he scored his first goal against Spain in that June friendly. There is a goal-scoring threat. Maybe he could, well, he is a defender, but showing you that he could be a goal-scoring threat for the back as well. Again, this is what the World Cup is all about. 2 nations trying to show pride. They have not been here for a while. Iraq here for the first time since '86. Norway for the first since '98. It's hard to believe it. Now here come Norway on the left-hand side. We're all looking for the cross. It's path deflected. Hyman's in there. Berger was in there. It's going to be a corner. So Norway have a corner. They got a lot of attacking options that they can find, they can aim for here. One of them get on the end of it. That is the big 100,000-pound question. Into the penalty area it goes. Here it comes. Norway's kick. It's Haaland who went for it, but headed it just over the bar. It was a bit of an awkward angle for him. So it's still goalless after 20 minutes between Iraq and Norway. Right now with the ball here in the opposition half. Here is Ali Jassim, and now he'll pass it back. Again, we should be having the hydration break at any minute. Be a shorter hydration break, given that it's not unbearingly hot here. Norway now playing out of the back. Norway, 52% possession for Norway, 34 for Iraq, and 14 in contest. Long bouncing ball. Haaland gets chased, but it's going to land in the hands of Hassan, the captain who plays for Al Zawra. The only Iraqi goalkeeper to claim a starting spot in 3 consecutive Asian Cup campaigns. Favorite goalkeeper is Gianluigi Buffon. That's not a bad comparison to make. Not a bad one to have as your favorite. Haaland in there, and then tripped up and then fouled. Here is Nusa. And down goes Antonio Nusa, the man from RB Leipzig, at a free kick in a very dangerous position, about 28 yards from the goal for Norway. So now it's Ryerson to take this free kick for Norway. And now the ball isn't perfectly on the spot. Referee tells him that, and Ryerson seems to be frustrated, as if to say, "Oh, please." Here comes the free kick, and the header was there from Sorloth. Now, I think the referee might be stopping play for the hydration break right here. And so, a brief break for hydration. We'll be back in just a moment here in the World Cup. Still 0-0 between Iraq and Norway. All right, back we are now after Nicholas. Be a faster break, and you see we have moved ahead a little bit here, so now we are back with live action here. It's Iraq and Norway. It's 0-0. Iraq in the white going from right to left. Norway the opposite end in the red uniforms. Now here come Norway trying to break through. Oh, it's a good pass, a good cross. There's Haaland! To the World Cup, Erling Haaland! He announces his arrival as only he can. The big poacher, the big man. How many times, if you watch club football, have you seen him do that? Right place, right time, only one outcome, a goal for the goal machine. And the man who carries the hopes of this Nordic nation scores their first World Cup goal in 28 years. And you can see what it means to him. Erling Haaland is off and running in the World Cup. It's 1-0 to Norway. But now Iran trying to come through. Long ball cross coming in, and it was easy evaded by Iraq, and now it's Haaland on the run. Good cutting to his left. Haaland trying to turn provider. Sorloth, and shot blocked. Perhaps some nerves with expectations, and having not been at this tournament in a long time, coupled with those expectations, perhaps meant a slow start. But Norway have started to go into this. Started to come into this game, and it's big Erling Haaland who has the goal. Left-hand side and cross out of there. Haaland into the penalty area, getting set to attack another Norway corner. Haaland sharing a nice moment there with one of the Iraq players there. That was a pretty cool moment. Ryerson to take this Norway corner. And he is again frustrated. He wants to take it, but the referee notices something that is not right. And that is twice now. The referee has stopped Ryerson as he's about to deliver a set piece. And you can tell it's frustrating him. There's a lot of argy-bargy in the penalty area, and the referee's saying, stop. I think Julian Ryerson would like to tell somebody to stop, saying that's twice now. You've had me stop my routine mid-kick. Let's see if he can deliver the corner here. The Borussia Dortmund man. Once a teammate of Haaland's at Dortmund, as it were. Here's Haaland. Here's Ryerson. And keeper, not the best punch, but a rather spectacular clearance away by Bayish. Hassan did not have the best push, and Bayish. Here come Norway with the ball once again on the left-hand side. Norway in possession one more time. Attacking half go Norway now with Azier. Azier now gives it up to Sorloth on the right-hand side. Sorloth tried to play it through. Again, trying to... I said 2-0. It was actually 3-1 France. Now Iraq. On the way over. Here comes his cross, and Ryerson heads it away. Another foul, and it's frustrating to Ayman Hussein. Very frustrated with that call. Give a chance here. Can throw it there. Not quite. Iraq very sloppy in the back, and he's giving it away to Haaland. Sorloth gives it up. Shot from distance and just wide of the mark from Odegaard, the Norway captain. I'm sure Odegaard and Haaland have had some banter since joining the camp. Odegaard, fresh off of a Premier League win with Arsenal, beating Holland City in a pretty good title race. Odegaard just missing a Champions League medal. I'm sure Haaland told him, do you have one of those? Foul here on Odegaard as he committed the foul on Merchis-Dosky. World Cup coverage continues tomorrow on the family of networks. With a doubleheader tomorrow, and it's a double dose of yours truly, even though nobody asked for it. Some things have changed, and so we'll have the doubleheader. We'll have Portugal against Congo at 1 o'clock, and then at 4 o'clock we'll have England's opener against Croatia. Now here comes Iraq trying to press forward. Here comes Iraq with Al-Hamidi. Al-Hamidi now trying to push forward over to Jassim. Jassim. Now Alamari. Cross. Header. Oh, he's got an equalizer. Ayman Hussein. A shock to the system. An Iraqi equalizer. How about that? My goodness. Oh, is it the World Cup a bargain? Can you believe this? How can you not be romantic about the World Cup? Ayman Hussein with a moment of a lifetime for Iraq. 1-1. We've got ourselves an open game now at 1-1. Norway trying to immediately hit back. Sorloth. Odegaard. And down he goes. So now, how does Norway try and respond to this? Try to find Haaland's what they try to do, and they couldn't do it. Berge. Now here is Ryerson. And Ryerson is pushed, and Dosky has a word as he was pushing him down. Meanwhile, here comes Iraq. Oh my goodness, that was so sloppy. Hey, what on earth were you doing, man? The last person you need to be cute with the ball as a goalkeeper in front of is Erling Haaland. What in the world? I don't know if it was the goalkeeper, if it was the man who was giving the pass. Oh! The goalkeeper tries to clear it, it bounces off of Haaland's knee. Because of course. I mean, good night, America. Or good night, Norway in this instance. He'll never have an easier goal, Erling Haaland. 2-1. Norway now back in front by 2-1. What a match here in the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Sorloth with it now to we are about to hit 45 on the clock. And going to be 5 minutes of stoppage time at the end of this first half. Now here comes Norway again on the left-hand side. Now here is Muller-Wolf with it. He gets called for the foul. He's mad about it. He's in amazement about that, being that it was Zaid Tassin who was the guilty party in all that. Now here come Iraq one more time. Went in the area. Well, Hussein got a touch there, but they're Iraq still having, or technically away, Alamari with it. Gives it to Dosky. Another header. Chance. Oh, and almost another goal. Ibrahim Bayesh. Referee thinks there's a handball, or Bayesh thinks there's a handball. He immediately goes to the referee to protest. Might have a case. The last-ditch block came from Wolf. Now, are they going to? Are we going to go to VAR on this? Here comes the header on the corner. And the header is over and wide from Zaid Tassin. Tassin, a man who plays his club football in Uzbekistan for Pakhtakors. They do the Viking row again. One more minute of stoppage time to the end of what has been a highly entertaining and competitive first half. Now here's Norway with Nusa. Ball out of play. Throw in Norway in the attacking half. They're trying to get the ball going. It's a good little ball here. Now it's Odegaard. Now Nusa into the penalty area. Nusa trying to cut through and couldn't. Then Arctis was nearly dispossessed. Back to Nusa and Iraq. Trying to just get it cleared anywhere will do. Oh, that's a nice fancy move. And now they got a chance. Oh my goodness. Up here. One on one. Is he going to roll in? What? From Al Hamadi. Inches away from 2-2. Goodness me. Wow. What a game. I think it actually is going to be a goal kick. No, a corner kick for Iraq. So here comes the corner for Iraq. And headed away. Only as far back as Alamiri. Haaland back there providing defensive cover. Spectacular shot from distance. Hit the side netting. Some of the crowd thought it went in. Because it hit with the way it flew and hit the net, but it did not. That should be the end of this first half. Hit the roof of the net. It did hit the net, but it was not inside the goal there from Akam Hashim, and that is going to take us to halftime. Well, what a first half. Erling Haaland has announced his arrival either side of an Ayman Hussein equalizer. You just maybe get a sense more goals are coming in Foxborough. At the break, it's Iraq 1, Norway 2. This is the FIFA World Cup on USM. Back we are for the start of the second half. Iraq and Norway. 2-1 lead for Norway. Seth Eaves with you here on Ultimate Sports Media as our coverage of the World Cup continues. And what a match this has been. And Iraq going left to right in the white. Trying to ish forward with Bayish. Norway going the other way in their red shirts with the blue on there. The blue that makes the shirt look like the Norwegian flag. For my money, one of the better kits of this World Cup. So here comes Iraq now with Ali. Ali now here to Bayish, and Bayish is offside. So Iraq with this free kick here. So Norway now trying to get going here with this goal kick. Now here comes Norway on the right-hand side. Ryerson, can he keep it in? He can. Iraq do just enough, though. Norway now with the ball here. 49th minute. Graham Arnold trying to urge Iraq on. So again, we didn't, because of other issues, again, a lot happening behind the scenes. If only you knew what goes into these broadcasts, you would gain a better appreciation, I think. Now, you don't appreciate us, but France beat Senegal earlier today 3-1. 2 goals for Kylian Mbappe. Barcola also had one. Mbappe got the lone goal for Senegal late. Argentina, Algeria at 9, and then at midnight, Austria, Jordan, what we call the 11:59 Big Monday slot, if you will. Major League Baseball this Tuesday. Philadelphia leads Miami 3-0. There are some other games. There are 5 games in progress. No games final. There were no day games. Here comes Iraq. West Virginia eliminated Troy from the College World Series. Hussein Ali is held back. And do some good defending right there. '51st minute. Sorloth right-hand side. He gets dispossessed. Ryerson gets pushed. No foul, and Iraq trying to start a counterattack here. Bayesh now has it. Gives it over to Ali. Nice little one too. Ali now over to Ismail. Bayesh. Now over to Ismail. Now Hashim, and now gets it back to Tassin. Now playing all the way back out to the goalkeeper, Hassan. Jalal Hassan, the Iraqi captain. Away with it now to Christopher Azier. One ball here to the left side. Another chance here for Iraq. Another cross, another header. Keep ready to go chase it. Iraq, by the way, tied Iraq and Norway both amongst the two of several nations that can lay claim to being the second youngest at this tournament. The average age of these squads, 26. They share that distinction with Algeria, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Canada, Ecuador, Ghana, Morocco, Senegal, Spain, and Tunisia. Ivory Coast, the youngest, of course, at 25. Graham Arnold mentioned earlier, the Iraq coach, one of two Australians head coaching at the tournament. The other, Tony Popovich, who leads the Australian team. Solbakken, the only Norwegian manager in the tournament. Iraq now trying to go through on this left-hand side. Noose is fouled, and Arnold's not pleased as Noosa continues to waller around. Ryerson with it now. So here is Ryerson. So here's Ryerson with this free kick. Headed away. Sorloth trying to give chase here. Ryerson with a throw in. Get it into Sorloth, and Sorloth stumbled and loses possession of the ball. Norway again with a good cross. Sorloth. Back over to Ryerson. Johnson lofted in. Haaland didn't quite make contact with it. Nusa. Johnson. So now another corner for Norway here. Haaland now frustrating the referee again. I tell you, the referee just is making, boy, he is, if there's anything slightly going amiss in that area, he's on it. Here's the corner. Haaland was in there, and Iraq able to get it away. Iraq does have a couple of substitutions ready to go, and now they have a big collision and a player down. That is Ali Jassim, the 22-year-old who plays for Al Najma in Saudi Arabia. He's on loan from the Italian club Como. Sim, the top goal scorer in the 2024 Under-23 Asian Cup, which Iraq finished third place in. Now Iraq are going to make a change. Zidane Iqbal, the Utrecht man, it's so Ali Amani and Zaid Ismail both are coming off. And the two new subs are 14 and 21. That is Zidane Iqbal and Marco Farji. Iqbal plays for Utrecht in the Netherlands. He was actually born in Manchester, England, and did sign a professional contract in the spring of 2021. He did make an appearance for Manchester United as a substitute in December 2021 in a Champions League match against Young Boys, became the first British-born South Asian and the first Iraqi to play for Manchester United, and the first ever British South Asian to play in the Champions League. Twice has been in the Eredivisie Team of the Month with Utrecht. And then the other, Marco Farji, plays for Venezia in Serie A. Also played for Strømsgodset. Was the Elite Syrian Young Player of the Month. The Region League's Young Player of the Month in April of 2025. So, pretty cool stuff right here. '61st minute. All right there. So I'm looking there and there. '62nd minute. Iraq have it with Iqbal trying to play it through. We're in the 63rd minute. Now it's Iqbal with a decent ball left side trying to play it here. And Iraq could be in the attacking mood. Just Sam with it. Oh, good long post to the far post. Ali trying to slice it back across. It couldn't. As St. Ali could not get it. Let go. Sorloff with it. Iraq trying to push forward again here with Iqbal. Now it's Jassim trying to play it in. Another long ball. Cross. Deflected in. Hussein. Jassim. Can he keep it in? Can't. Goal kick. Now we have hit the high. Well, I thought it was a hydration break, but suppose it's 2 minutes before the next scheduled hydration break. But a few players were getting there. So Norway have it now with Hegem. Norway now with a throw in. Now Norway coming right back at you here. Wolf now to Nusa. Nusa can't keep it in. Anderson might be down here. '66th minute, still 2-1 Norway. And the fans are doing the rowing motion again. Norway play this corner short. Ryerson. Link up back to Ryerson. And Norway possession here with Muller-Wolf. 67th minute, Rusenware. Norway trying to push forward. Hegem. Now it's Iraq back in their own half. We're in the 68th minute. Still 2-1 to Norway. Anderson with it. Norway back in their own half. That's Anderson. We thought this game would be as open as it was in the first half. It's kind of slowed down a bit here in the second half. Lead with the here. Now the 69th minute. Now we have the hydration break here in the 70th minute. Still no goals in this second half. Norway leading Iraq by 2-1. If you're just joining us, here is how the goal scoring has gone about in this encounter. Norway took the lead through Erling Haaland. Iraq then equalized thanks to a really good header from Ayman Hussein, but then an Iraq mistake gifted Haaland Norway's second. As both these teams get their break in, trying to make a push in the final 20-plus minutes for Norway to get a third and breathing space, or for Iraq to pull level and salvage a point here. Norway trying to join France atop the group. France topping the group after winning in the match against Senegal. We're trying to join France atop of the group. Now Norway might be getting ready to make some substitutions here. Now looks like we're going to get those Norwegian substitutions here. Antonio Nusa off. Andreas Schilderup will be one of the men who comes on. 21-year-old who plays in Portugal for Benfica, as will the Fulham man, the former Man City current man Oscar Bob. Also, Christian Forstfight from Sassuolo. Now, Muller, Wolf, Arsnes, Sorloth, Nusa, the four that are making way for the four fresh faces. Leo Ostergaard, the Genoa man who's coming on. Iraq bringing on a sub two. It's Mustafa Sadat, who plays for Al Shorta in the Iraq League, and Ahmed Kassem, the Nashville FC man we talked about earlier. They replaced Hussein Ali and Ali Jassim. '74th minute. Now Norway coming through once again with Andreas Schilderup. Now Norway coming through. We got some fresh attacking legs. Here comes Oscar Bob. Bob. Trying to play it out, and now Ryerson goes with it. Norway again trying to pass through. Here's Oscar Bob, the right hand side. Bob lays it off. Shot from Forstveit is blocked. Over the bar on a deflection. It'll be a corner for Norway. Now another chance. Here's the corner. And the header! And it's headed in! Norway have number 3. Leo Ostergaard. Breathing space for Norway. They go up by 3-1. And a big header, just his second international goal. The man who plays for Genoa in Norway, the 26-year-old. And it's his first goal since a November 2022 friendly against Ireland. What a moment for Leo Ostergaard And Norway now lead by 3 goals to 1. And again, they have breathing space. Another sub for Norway, by the way, Ibrahim Bayesh off. And coming on will be Muhammad Ali of Diba in the United Arab Emirates League. So now that's a change. Iraq trying to push forward, and Iraq not done just yet. Dosky, he went down, and now could leave themselves just a little bit vulnerable here. So now Norway working here with Marco Fargi. Now Norway setting another change as the ball goes out of play. And the race ran for Martin Udegaard and Patrick Berg, who plays for Bodo Glimt. A 4-time Norwegian champion with him, was in the 2024-25 Europa League Team of the Season for Bodo Glimt. Boy, have Bodo Glimt just been on an absolute tear lately. Last 2 years, of course, they made that run to the semifinals of the Europa League in 2025, where they knocked out FC Twente, Olympiacos, and Lazio before losing to Tottenham in the semis. And then this past season made a run to the semifinals. They made a run in the Champions League. 82nd minute, 3-1 to lead for Norway. Another long cross coming in for Norway in the penalty area, and Ostergaard was there, but could not make the proper contact with it. And now Haaland has dispossessed his man. It's Erling Haaland. And the shot saved. Hegem goes down in the area. No foul. Referee says keep on playing. Norway trying to strike back and defend. Right, trying to prove through with Dusky, and away he goes. And now Norway. But again, here comes Oscar Bob. All right, trying to go back. Goes back to Nyland, the Sevilla man in goal. So now Iraq with it defensively. Drewski has it once again. Clock about to hit 85 minutes. Oski with it. Again, they were sloppy in possession. Now Norway trying to run, and Haaland gets caught. And a yellow card for Iraq. Yellow card issued here for Zaid Tassin. We are now in to the 86th minute. Now Norway win possession once again. So with it, shoulder up and back to the keeper it goes. Instead, playing it back to Nyland. 87th minute. 8th minute now as Pearson has it. Norway with it. Schiller up on the left-hand side. Slider up. We're in the 88th minute here. 3-1 the lead for Norway. They are on the verge of getting this victory here, and what a victory it's going to be for them. Here now Norway coming forward again here. Hegem now gives it to Schiller up. Good little layoff here for Norway now with Hegem. A little dink and a little dunk. Tassin. Haaland. Now to Tassin. We're just trying to string passes together here in this last little bit. Goes to guard with it. Now it goes to the feet of Langus. Chip ball. Wanted Haaland, but Hashim does a good job of defending. Norway will play Senegal next. France's next game will be in a few days' time. Let me get the calendar on here. The reason I have it in front of me is it's one of the matches I'm planning on doing. I am scheduled to do a week from yesterday will be their next game. France again when Iraq plays France. We'll also have Norway and France for you at 3 o'clock on June the 26th. Right now, just working the pass there, trying to get one more goal, and might have it here. And they got a real chance. Schilder up has it left-hand side. Schilder up. Good move, and he's dispossessed. Or is he? Still not there. Chance, and it hits the side netting from Thorstvedt. Still have not gotten any word yet on how much stoppage time there will be. Foul, and referee Belly can tell you now that there will be 6 minutes of stoppage time. It's nasty collision there. Norway with it now as play resumes. Hegem. Now back to Ostegard. Iraq trying to use the attacking prowess, trying to get at least more shot in. Now it's Bayesh trying to play it. Bayesh with it. 2.5 minutes to play. Now Iraq trying to work out with a cross, long cross. Ali, our post, and trying to knot it down, and now another Norwegian player goes down. And who is that? That's Schilderup. Playing long ball to Rierson. Sorry for getting some issues quick. It's been a hell of a night. Anyway, free kick here. About 25 seconds left. Rierson to take. Now it's looked across. Is there going to be one more chance for Haaland? Header. Oh, fumble, and it's been bundled in by Thorstvedt. Is the goal going to stand? Yes, it is. Well, Haaland had the original header, and there was a miscommunication, and the keeper aimed for it, and so did Thorstvedt. And Christian Thorstvedt rubs salt into the wound for Norway as the man from Sassuolo, his 5th international goal and his first since March 2022. And he puts this one away. And for sure, as if it wasn't already sealed, definitely seals the victory and the points for Norway. And they're going to go top of the group here. France won by 2 goals. Norway won by 3. So Norway will end this night top of the group. And now the referee, will he play for full time? Yes, he will. Blows for full time, and it's 3 points for Norway. Erling Haaland makes his arrival on the scene with 2 goals. Norway did get an equalizer early, but then 2 more in the second half from Østegård and Thorstvedt. And Norway making up for lost time in their first World Cup since 1998. A slow start, but 3 points in the end for the side from the Nordic land. Full time in Massachusetts. It is finished. Iraq 1, Norway 4. This has been a presentation of Ultimate Sports Media. Special thanks to Matthew Owens and JT, and for everyone else. I'm Seth Eaves. So long for now, and we will talk to you next time. Matthew Owens will be with you, Big Mo, at 9 o'clock for Argentina and Algeria.